figure. Said I dream too big, about to do it way bigger. I'm the boss when I walk through, straighten up and sit up. I ain't never had to tell them, but they know that I'm that. Finish that. So many wins, I had to go ahead and bring it back. I let you my sons go ahead and get the Similac. Yeah, swerve when I'm pulling in. I ain't asking for the spot, I tell them better give me that. Taking no losses, can't start now. You know it's about to go up when I touch down. And if they didn't know before, they gonna know now. That I leave a murder scene when I come round. In other words, you know that we about to kill it. I ain't for the talking, I said it, you know I did it. I'm putting on the show, the world is about to feel it. I know they getting scared when I tell them that. We outside. Yeah, we outside. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the band, don't stop. Get into the band, don't stop. Better catch up, cuz we outside. Playing with me, know you playing yourself. If I got a game, I'm gon' bet on myself. Got it on my own, never needed your help. When you see me at the top, know I did it myself. You know we outside till the lights come on. About to make it to the top, it won't take us long. You know I'm blacking out, but I'm in my zone. They take beat money when they call my phone. Whoa, don't need your money, just give me respect. Told you before this, you know I'm a threat. I ain't letting up, I got my foot on their neck. Yeah, in other words, you know that we about to kill it. I ain't for the talking, I said it, you know I did it. I'm putting on the show, the world is about to feel it. I know they getting scared when I tell them that. We outside. Yeah, we outside. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top.
Red is on the beat.
What is up? Bronx to nothing on a Friday night again. How's everybody doing? The season is almost here, guys. Pitchers and catchers report. I believe in 5 days now, Valentine's Day, but we're celebrating pitchers and catchers. Kevin, how you doing,
celebrating
man?
Valentine's
Almost
Day, bro?
here.
You're not celebrating Valentine's?
Pitchers and catchers, man.
No? All right, pitchers
What's
and
up,
catchers
chat?
it
How's
is.
everybody
What's up,
doing?
chat? Que lo que, que lo que, que lo que, que lo que dice mi gente? What's up, Medina? Kev Boogie. Look at Kev Boogie showing appearance. Okay, Anthony
My
Garcia.
brother Dane. Hello, okay.
Dane Huber. Dane, you found Bigfoot yet? Tim, Tina, what's up? Rah.
Tina. Rod Thompson.
siempre
Hello, okay. Hello, sorry.
Yeah, Mario, man. Listen, man.
Johnny Lasagna in the chat.
Oh, Johnny's
new
in
member.
here? Okay.
New member of NYU family. If you guys didn't know.
Debut tomorrow. Okay, guys, you guys are watching. Johnny Lasagna makes his NYU live debut mañana with the PC Monetti. Monetti, you know.
Tap in tomorrow night. But tonight Bronx and nothing. No, tonight Bronx and nothing. That's a little different style. You know, that lasagna, little West Coast lasagna, man.
Got mofongo today, lasagna tomorrow. Okay,
tato, okay.
Tato,
little mofongo, tato. Kev,
dímelo.
Let's get into the first topic I wanted to get into, and this is the topic that I guess the last remaining news before pitchers and catchers report. Yankee tax, Kevin. Article came out, that the Yankees would have either Corbin Burnes or Dylan Cease already if they were willing to give up Spencer Jones. But a lot of Yankee fans felt like, some Yankee fans felt like there's no way because it was only Ortiz and DL Hall that went to Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what's really going on here? Is Yankee tax, is that like a real thing? Kind of want to get everybody's opinion on that in the chat as well, while we're talking about it here. But I think it's pretty wild, Kevin, that, we could have one of those two guys if we were willing to give up Spencer Jones.
The Cease one really pissed me off because I feel like you're getting 2 years of 2 years of control. I get the people hesitant about Burnes, but it's like we've all been saying, you're trying to win now. What was the price? If it's true that it was Spencer Jones and Arias and Alane, it's like you think about it. I want to win now. I want to go all in now. The Yankees have, and we'll talk about it now, the farm system, the rankings. I was going to shout that out too. But the Yankees have I think this is the best the farm has looked in a while. I think you can agree about that, right, Mario? How do you feel?
Yeah, no, the farm is looking way better than it has the past couple of years. And we got, our team, our farm team that
a lot of
Kills it Carlos
pieces.
and Dane, but
And to your point, Mara, to answer your question about the Yankee tax, I am too pissed if that is true that they're asking for that much, and then they go trade for a guy that's for two guys that are not even in the top 100 of the overall MLB prospect list. That's a slap in the face to the New York Yankees on this, and it's just BS. It's plain bullshit. I mean, you got to call a spade, like my guy Francis like to say. So I agree with you 100%. That's it's starting to irritate me, but now you seeing the Athletic, you seeing Baseball America, you seeing these pages
New
ranking the
York Post as
Yankees,
well.
ranking the Yankees farm
Okay.
system top 10. Now you got to step back and be like, no, that's not how it goes anymore. Everybody used to shit on the Yankee prospects, and as much as that was a stigma that the Yankees overvalue their prospects, well, we're top 7 in the farm system to multiple sources. So that the stigma has to change, Mario.
No, you know what's funny talking about Yankee prospects now? I actually had an argument with a Padres fan a couple months earlier. We were talking about trading for Soto, like, okay, give us Dominguez now. But these were the same people that were saying we don't trust Yankee prospects. You're overhyping Jason Dominguez. So I mean, we could also play that game too, where a lot of fans were saying, "There's no way. Why would we want Jason Dominguez? We don't think he's good enough. You're gonna have to give us way more than that." But now it was like, give us Dominguez, and we'll gladly give you Soto.
Some Pirates fans were trolling too when it came to Dominguez and Reynolds.
Ryan
And now how
Reynolds.
does that look? So I mean, like, yeah, man, the stigma. I think it's time to cleanse that. I think it's time. I mean, the reports are out there. You're seeing the guys. Half of the Padres bullpen is Yankees, and they added Wandy to that mix too. So I mean, I don't want to hear anything about it. So the Yankees, especially when it comes to pitching, the farm system is doing something right. I want to get to a super chat. We actually got two. I'll start with Connor O'Neill. What position? He said POS. I mean, I thought of something else, but I'm pretty sure he meant position. What position do you think the Yankees have advantage of over? I say bullpen and outfield, and our starters are even if they have better infield. Kev, hit that. Mario. I'm sorry.
Hi, Mario.
Mario, what position you think the Yankees have advantage of?
Not too crazy about the bullpen right now. We'll kind of get into the Caleb Ferguson trade in a little bit. I'm gonna go with the outfield. I've been saying that I think outfield wise, we're gonna be able to hit. I know some fans are 50-50 on the Verdugo move, Kevin, but I like it personally. I think he's gonna hit. I mean, he doesn't have to be an all-star. We're not asking that, but if he's doing what he's been doing the past couple of years with, slapping doubles around, I'm fine with that. So, I have my question marks about the infield still. The starting pitch, pitching after Garrett Cole is still a question mark. So I would have to go with the outfield. And I still think the bullpen could be solid, but having my question marks to see how some guys bounce back. Efros coming off Tommy John surgery, Kevin, we know how it's going to be with him. A lot of fans aren't too crazy about Clay Holmes. Luis Hill, maybe get the chance in the bullpen. Weaver's going to be our long man. No more Johnny Burrito. So, I mean, listen, there's going to be definitely some changes when it comes to the Yankee bullpen, Kevin. But what do you feel is our strong suit right now?
I gotta agree as well. I like that you pointed out the outfield. I'm gonna always say the bullpen. I think as a lot of people out here yelling about relievers. When the Yankees have basically made relievers, they look at Brito, look at Vasquez, look at your cousin, your Andres Gomez last year. It was brief, but his stuff looked very, very good. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be a big part of the bullpen as well. And then they added pieces. They added Yerry De Los Santos. They added Victor. We'll talk about
a guy people are not talking about, Yerry De Los Santos, another sinker baller. We mentioned him a couple of times.
High 90s. Nobody mentions him.
But
Caleb Ferguson, we'll get into him a little later. So the Yankees did add some pieces, and Ian Hamilton's still there. Tommy Ty Pants is still there. You still got Clay Holmes. You still got the bullpen. Guys, the bullpen is okay. Relax. Take it easy. All right, I want to get to a super chat, DJ Stelio. It says Yo Kev, so I'll go ahead and read it, man.
Yeah. You can
Yo Kev, I need that makeup that you use for this special someone of mine. Because that face is clean. Mario. We need Mario or Kev to slap Cashman the same way Rocky slapped Cody Rose. You doing that, Mario? What you think?
maybe we see him down there in spring training. You know, Pete's gonna be all fired up and be like, "Yo, Cashman,
shut up, bitch." Oh man, I think we're gonna leave that to Pete, if anything, Stelio.
That's Pete. Let the boss handle that kind of stuff. But
yeah, man, you want to get into Caleb?
Well, we'll get into Caleb. I want to talk a little more about Spencer Jones. Can we talk a little more about Spencer Jones real quick?
Yeah, we haven't. I mean, if you want to, go ahead.
No, yeah, just when it comes to Spencer Jones, with the article was kind of twisting the knife.
The lefty Aaron Judge.
again, we're putting the pressure on this kid, and I'm not saying he's not going to be good. I feel like this channel, again, we're still a little bit new. The channel feels like that I hate Spencer Jones. I don't hate Spencer Jones at all.
No, we don't.
He's in the Yankee farm system. I hope he's going to be great. Met the guy down there at spring training, work, the way he works is off the charts. But we're putting this pressure on him that, we're going to have Juan Soto play the outfield. He's not a Juan Soto replacement. Nobody can replace Juan Soto. And I think everybody pretty much knows that, but I feel like I have to say that again because I'm telling you right now, DJ, I don't hate Spencer Jones, but if he gets off to a slow start and Juan Soto goes elsewhere, the same people that love him are going to be the same people that are bashing him. I'm just asking for everybody to stay on one side. Don't compare this guy to Aaron Judge. It's the same thing we did to Anthony Volpe, and then people were upset, from not a great rookie season. And Volpe said it himself. Apparently, he has a different approach now, but we have to stop putting pressure on these kids, saying that they're going to be the lefty Aaron Judge. They're going to be the next Derek Jeter. Let Spencer Jones be Spencer Jones, okay? That's my biggest thing with that.
100%. I agree, Mario. And when you look at the outfield depth, when it comes to the Yankees, I like that you pointed that out. They just signed another Dominican prospect, which has great tools. You guys can go see the video on Yankee Farm for that. They have Maya there as well. If it's true that it's going to take Spencer Jones another year and a half or another 2 years, what's the point of not trading him for Corbin Burns or for Cease? I know there's a split when it comes to Cease on the team, but like Pete loves to say, what other guy gives you 30+ starts and 200 strikeouts for the last 3 to 5 years? Go look at Cease. He is as consistent as can be. He's going to give you innings. He needs work. We get it. We have Matt Blake. We have one of the best pitching programs in baseball. I don't care what anybody says. Look at the guys. Look at the arms that the Yankees have turned over the last few years. Right? So, Mario, to your point, when it comes to Spencer Jones, stop comparing him to Aaron Judge. Stop saying he's going to be another 30-30 guy. I mean, let's see what he's going to – if he ends up being a guy who gives you 20 to 25 home runs but gives you elite defense in center field.
Bro, we'll be ecstatic.
And we'll be ecstatic, but some guys will be shitting on him. And that's the thing. You're expecting him to hit 50 bombs, but he might not be that guy. Another thing as well, if you trade Spencer Jones and you get Cease or you got Corbin Burns and the Yankees go win a World Series in the next 2 years, do you really give a fuck? You can go on and hit 600 home runs. The Yankees won a title. That's what you want. We're here to win. It's the Yankee way. What is this? The farm is stacked enough that Spencer Jones could be moved. Let's be honest. I know there's guys that love him now, but where was this love for everybody talking about Dominguez? There were people wanting to trade Dominguez for Reynolds, for fuck's sake, for Reynolds, and look how that turned out. Wow. So yeah, and now Spencer Jones is the holy grail. Now he's gonna hit 65 home runs as well. He's gonna break Aaron Judge's record. Come on, guys, let's tone it down. Let the kid be Spencer Jones. Let him. I mean, and if the offer is right on the table, I agree with Scott. Scott was saying that the Yankee tax is a myth to an extent. I do believe that teams were asking more for the Yankees just to be dicks, but also it's been clear and it's been said that Cashman is hard to work with when it comes to trades. Mario, we all know about this.
And I do think that it was the case. Maybe they asked for Spencer Jones. Cashman's like no, and then he just was like, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, we know what the Yankees prospects how some people feel about them. Maybe they just didn't like our prospects, Kevin. That could also be a case as well, but. Make sure you guys are smacking that like he did that sub. We're 50 likes away from 100. And Kev, we have a super chat. Let me scroll up and get to that. David Douglas, appreciate you on the super chat. Bauer is no risk. It can't make us worse. You want to hit on that, Kevin, real quick? And make sure, guys, you drop your voicemails. I believe it's pinned up there. Drop your voicemails. We'll
drop your voicemails today. Joy Bag of Donuts over here. To the super chat, shout out to David Douglas with the super chat about Bauer. Listen, I think somebody will end up picking him like really late, low key, maybe. But a team like Oakland, I mean, I don't know, another team that really has nothing to lose. When it comes to the Yankees, I get that there's people that he has pending allegations. He has this, he has the other. A low risk deal with incentives makes a lot of sense. Why not? But at the end of the day, the New York media is the biggest media out there, them in LA, let's be honest. 100%. And the New York media is a lot more harsh when it comes to LA. So to have players deal with it, I don't see the Yankees doing it. like I've heard that him and Cole squashed their beef, so I don't think that even that is an issue.
I don't think that's an issue.
I just think, guys, remember when A-Rod went through his shit, how uncomfortable that was during the year. That's at some point they were like, "Listen, we're not going to talk about this anymore." A-Rod commented on it. We're done. But the New York media likes to boss around, right? And annoy and keep with the dumbass questions. So I think that's not is the reason why the Yankees don't give him a shot. But yeah, man, there is no real risk when it comes to Bauer adding him. Let's be honest. If you give him a low incentive based deal, if he gets in trouble again, then you're done. That's it, right?
That's what he said. He's like, basically, if you guys don't like what I'm doing or whatever's going on, you can cut me. He'll make his money off incentives. But again, I've said this a million times. I just think with the New York media,
it's the New York media more than
again,
anything.
the Yankees already have enough eyes on them right now, especially with the season that they had last year. You trade for Juan Soto, you're basically saying we're trying to win a World Series this year. You're getting them for 1 year, hasn't been extended yet. Hopefully, hopefully it'll be extended sometime this year. But nah, I just don't think that the Yankees are interested in that, especially with the New York media. They have plenty of eyeballs on them already, but I don't know, Kev. I just don't think that maybe he gets a deal from like another team that's really, really desperate for pitching. But at this point, I don't see it, Kevin.
Yeah, man. And thanks for the super chat again. And I see the chat is a little split on it. The Yankee fan base is split on it as well when it comes to Trevor Bauer. But at the end of the day, yeah, Caleb, it's a PR nightmare, and you don't want that right in the season. You don't want that to be the start of the season when you got Will Warren coming up. You got guys. Dominguez is coming up. You got Juan Soto as the Yankees. You don't want that shit to derail the vibes in the clubhouse, unfortunately, and that has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, 100%, Kevin. Let's get on. We were talking about Caleb Ferguson. Let's talk about him a little bit. Nice trade for the Yankees. Definitely needed another lefty arm. Saying goodbye to Wandy. He gets his 4 years from the San Diego Padres. I kind of like it. It's a little bit under the radar. We're all kind of maybe waiting for possibly another starter, but let's kind of just stick on Caleb Ferguson right now. They pick up Matt Gage and they trade him. So they get Caleb Ferguson and then they trade Matt Gage, another low-level prospect. So they have two guys from the Dodgers now. Victor Gonzalez and Caleb Ferguson. I don't mind it, Kevin. I know a lot of people are happy, especially here, with a little bit less Nick Ramirez. I know that makes you happy, Kev.
It makes me ecstatic. We don't have to see Nick Ramirez hopefully anymore. But another guy that came in with like a 7 ERA and he ended up with a 2.5. I just the walk off in the Mets. The walk off in the Mets is what makes me and Nick Ramirez have issues. But listen, to your point, yeah, you're adding another guy to the bullpen that it's already, I think that was pretty solid. And to Caleb's point, I mean, yeah, when it comes to the Dodgers prospects and pitching, I'll take it. Dodgers is another good a good organization when it comes to pitching prospects, right? So look at Beater. We're waiting for him as well. So yeah, man, I'm psyched about getting that guy from him as well as Victor as well. So yeah, man, I'm happy with the move.
Nah, no doubt. Like the move a lot. Let's get into voicemails in a second. Let me get this super chat quick from my guy Levi. Shout out to my guy Levi. What's good, Mario and Kev? I'm all for keeping Jones in addition to re-signing Soto, which is top priority. Totally agree with that. Yankees have the money. Also, Kevin hit the
Mario.
You guys love that, man. Nah, yeah. Extending Soto, I don't think it's gonna happen in the next coming months, but I think he's definitely gonna test free agency. But I don't know, man. They have to get it done.
Another point, and we talked about it last time, so I'm not gonna go off on it again. But Spencer Jones is the blanket if we don't re-sign Soto. What kind of pressure so he has to come up and fill those fucking shoes? Like what are we talking about, guys? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's nuts. The Yankees have to re-sign. And when it comes on free agency, that should be number one. And when it comes to keeping Juan Soto a Yankee for life, there is no reason. Maybe an opt-out when he's 30, and if he leaves after that, that's fine. 5 years, adding Soto 5 years to the prime that is still have Garrett Cole and Judge is huge with the prospects that the Yankees have. So yeah, I still think that Soto is the number one priority.
No, 100%. You want to get into? Do we have a voicemail?
Well, we have. Let me right before we go to voicemails. I'm
no voicemail yet. So
yeah, I'm Biori Acevedo with the super chat. If we pass on a lot of shortstop, why there's no contract extension done with Volpe? Please, no BS with time because with this time because they let a lot go because he was the future.
We could talk about that. We could definitely talk about
Yeah.
that.
We wanted to talk about Volpe, so go ahead. You starting now.
It kind of goes hand in hand with Jones, and it's a little bit different because the Jeter and Volpe comparison, and then the Jones and Judge, two different comparisons. But I mean, he's marketable, definitely. Anthony Volpe, the kid from Jersey, and I know you want to Gold Glove. Offensively, even Aaron Boone, he's on the Michael K show saying, I know we're not crazy about the Michael K show, but he even said, average still matters. He's not happy about it. I think a video came out today. And he's itching to get back. Didn't have a great year offensively last year. We know it was his rookie season, but I mean, if the Yankees do believe in him and they think he's the future, Kevin, I mean, if he has a good year this year, maybe you save some money and you offer an extension. I mean, you missed out on so many guys. We saw firsthand. We had the ALCS. We were watching those games. How Corey Seager was playing. That's a guy that we missed on. Carlos Correa. Even though I know it's stuff with the Astros, some Yankee fans weren't crazy about, but I don't know. It's wild to me. It's wild to me that we missed out on those guys again, but just the pressure that you put on this kid now, and there's no contract extension done. I get maybe the Yankees want to wait until he has a big year. Hopefully that this year's that year. It'll make us a much better team. But I don't know, Kevin. The Yankees. I think the Yankees believe he's the future. How do you feel about that?
I think the Yankees want to believe that he's the future. Is a difference than they actually really believe. I mean, we've talked about it here. At least I know Pete has touched on it, and me as well. The only thing that concerns to me about Volpe is his arm. He could get to balls. He has great range. We all know that. But when it comes to his arm, if the balls hit to his right side, it's tough, right? And we're gonna see what it's gonna be like this year and next year when you have Roderick, a 5-tool guy who is Dane does a great job when it comes to, and Yankees farm with his with the videos of his highlights, and then Dane comparing him to a Francisco Lindor with more pop. I mean, if he's 80%, 70% of what Francisco Lindor is, I mean, that would be great, right? With some pop. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Volpe, I think it's more of a marketing. Look at everything that we saw when he came up. The kid from Jersey, the Jeter comparisons, all this stuff. They pushed that all, and they made him bat leadoff when he first came in. That's insane. What are we doing? What's wrong with him being the best
leading off
second
in
baseman?
like May.
Yeah. What is wrong with Volpe being the best second baseman that we have? If that's the case, there's nothing wrong with that. Imagine if Roderick Arias, who a lot of people have projected that is going to be better defensively and offensively, if he is playing shortstop and Volpe's playing second base, how can that be bad? You have a great defense up the middle. Why is that? Why is second base a downgrade?
I just think they really wanted to push that narrative. They wanted to make him the shortstop, but a lot of people do believe in Roderick Arias, and I know he's years away, maybe 2-3 years away. I don't even think he's been at Hudson Valley yet. Maybe he starts there this year, but
yeah, I think he does.
I mean, I see what Hirsch says. Yeah, he's not a finished product, and some Yankee fans don't even believe he's gonna have a great year. I see Williams saying he only thinks that he hits 230 this year. You got guys like Corey Seager. I mean, if you pull up what that guy did.
Those are big shoes to fill too. Look at Corey Seager offensively and defensively, man. You skipped on a lefty shortstop, right? You drafted him over Gunnar. That's
a tough conversation. That guy's going to be tormenting us.
Not only him, JJ Sycamore or AJ Sycamore. TJ Sycamore. I'm going to be saying that every time we play the Orioles and Gunnar does some shit against him, I'm going to say TJ fucking Sycamore. The Yankees drafted Volpe and TJ Sycamore before Gunnar Henderson. Another lefty. But what are we doing?
We're kicking ourselves over. And some people, listen, the Yankees had Peraza at shortstop. We really thought Peraza was going to be our shortstop. We never thought that Volpe was going to make it. And as spring training, he kept coming along. He was just having a better spring. And Peraza's a whole other situation. We could talk about that too, but what's his plans?
I just want to clear up though. We're not shitting on Volpe. Volpe gives you Gold Glove a lot. There was arguments when it comes to Gold Gloves. That's every season with almost half of the Gold Gloves. There's always a dispute about who should have won the Gold Glove, right? But he won it. He was in the top 3 finalists no matter what. So he had a great year defensively. He needs work offensively. We're not shitting on Anthony Volpe. We're mad or shitting on the Yankees making this a marketing scheme. all I heard Michael K was talk about fucking New Jersey and the Jersey kid and the comparisons to Jeter when he was coming up in April. I stopped watching. I muted Michael K and his at bats because he would just talk about the same shit over and over again. Because it's a marketing scheme. Why are we trying to market a guy from Jersey instead of just putting the best guy out there? When have we turned into a fucking
Do you think
show?
So I see Craig Smith. He said Volpe was rushed. Do you think he was rushed?
I mean, he had great numbers. Not great numbers. He had solid numbers in Double-A. He was doing very good in Triple-A, and then he started with a good spring, and Peraza wasn't, and we needed a shortstop. So I mean,
we didn't need shortstop. I don't think the way Peraza has been managed, Kevin, has been horrendous.
Oh no, yeah, they're doing horrible things to that kid, man.
I mean, what's the plan for him, Kevin? Like, is he going to be the backup? Just maybe utility guy, play a little bit of third base and play him twice a week. I mean, he's a kid that I feel like if he wants to, have at least a decent season, he's got to be playing almost every day.
Agreed.
He's a young kid.
And his glove. Listen, Volpe's fastest throw is Peraza's average. Think about that, guys. When it comes to arm strength, think about that. So, and we know Peraza can play defense. It's his hitting that's. I mean, it's even worse than it got worse than Volpe. I mean, because he hit 300 when the Yankees called him up the year before, but he struggled in spring training, which I get. But I don't. I mean, I still would have liked the Yankees give him the shot to start up, But they sent him down to AAA. It fucked with his head, and then he became a guy on the bus every doubleheader, And that fucks with you. That fucks with your mind. You were literally playing in the major leagues the year before for a month. You had the job, and it slipped through your fingers. And let's be honest, we know Volpe had a great spring, and we get it. But the story behind Volpe was much more marketable and better in the moment. That's why Volpe. And not taken away, again, his spring was really good, Mario. And he had solid numbers in Double-A and Triple-A. But when you add that and New Jersey on top to sprinkle with marketing, I mean, come on.
No, and listen, we're not upset. I'm not saying Anthony Volpe is going to be
Me neither.
A bad Yankee. I think he could have a good year this year. Maybe he's changes up, has a little bit the two-strike approach. We kind of talked about that. Not the leg kick every time, but I mean, Peraza, man, he's going to be playing a little bit of third base, Kevin? They say DJ LeMahieu's the third baseman. Of course, you got to take it with a grain of salt when it comes to the Yankees. And Peraza's a slow starter, but he's a kid. He's young. He came up for the month, barely played in the postseason. Would he start 1 or 2 games in the postseason? The Yankees have misused him
elimination games
since that moment. Yeah. So the Yankees have misused him since that moment. And what's his confidence at, Kevin? Again, he's a young kid. He's at AAA most of the season last year. So it's like, what's he thinking? He's like, I'm going into spring training. I'm still with the Yankees. Is there a chance he starts at AAA this year? Like, that's probably a conversation he's probably having with his team. And
yep.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. What if Volpe gets off to a slow start? Obviously, we don't want that to happen. That can be a problem.
And then you got 3 guys when it comes to DJ, Cabrera, and Peraza who do the same things, who play multiple positions in the infield. So if there's no need for DJ to play first, right? Or the corners. We'll talk about Gio too. There were rumors about that. If the Yankees had Gio, what the fuck? I mean, maybe the Yankees are working on a trade to trade him. Like we talk about the Marlins and stuff like that. They need a shortstop, So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm not giving up on Peraza. The tools are there, so I just think he had a rough patch, like a lot of rookies do. Some guys obviously get better sooner than others. So it remains to be seen. But yeah, Mario, I mean, I don't know what you think. You want to get into Gio?
Yeah, we get into Gio a little bit. We know Gio, and I get my take on it. I'll just off rip. I'll just say it. I get he was a decent Yankee, but I mean, depending on the deal, I wouldn't be too crazy with bringing him back. I get he's like a veteran presence. I mean, it would kind of depend on, are the Yankees gonna make a deal? Are you gonna send Peraza down? I would maybe trade Peraza, and then you could bring Gio in. I don't want to keep Peraza down at AAA. I want him to play, but at this moment, there's no spot for him. I mean, Gio had a 703 OPS and 62 games with the Angels last season, and there's rumors that the Mets are in on him, maybe the Angels again. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind Gio, but again, it'd be a cheap deal, maybe 1 or 2, and there's a savant. But
took Karinchak deep in the playoffs.
He did. Yeah, I told you he had those those moments.
And a lot of us hate Karinchak, right?
We do.
Fucking flipping the ball and touching his
We
hair and all
do.
this other
Yeah, we do.
bullshit, all this
Yeah.
mania and bullshit that he has. But yeah, Mary, listen, I'm 100% for a Gio reunion, especially if the Yankees go ahead and trade Peraza, right? So yeah, man, I'm all in for Gio if the Yankees are trading Peraza or they're looking for deals because you can't. I mean, what are we trying to do? We're trying to have 7 fucking infielders, like it's
Man,
gonna
it's
be
crazy. Yeah.
yeah. Then you're gonna want like, come on, we have outfielders now, actual outfielders. So I don't think we need Cabrera playing right field unless it's an emergency. So you basically have the DJ Peraza, um, and Cabrera as your utility guys. Then you have Volpe, Glaber. So yeah, man, we're stacked. So I mean,
I do have my question marks when it comes to first base though, Kevin, because you have two guys that most likely are going to be on the IL at some point, and Rizzo and DJ LeMahieu. So maybe you could, you know, slide Gio to first base. I think he played a little bit of first base last year. He can help in that aspect because I don't want it to be like we're picking up a guy off the street to play, first base for what 15, 20 games down the stretch. I mean, that'd be a disaster.
or
So,
how about if
Ben
Mister
Rice.
Ben Arroz, Ben Arroz,
Ahí mi madre.
Mister Ben Rice rakes in spring training? How do you keep him off the active roster?
Good problem to have.
You
Good
gave
problem.
Volpe a shot, right? He only played like 10, 13, 11 games in AAA. Listen, when it comes, we all talk about the majority of talent is in AA when it comes to pitching, right? When prospects do a lot better in AA, and usually it translates. I would say it translates better to the MLB. Why? Because we saw Florio, we saw Franchi Cordero, we saw Peraza, Pereira all have really good numbers in AAA, and none of that translated to the bigs. But
Cabrera
you
really
see
struggled
guys,
for us. Yep.
you see guys like Dominguez who have better numbers in AA than AAA, transition pretty well. You see guys like Austin Wells as well. So I say that to say this: normally the a bigger amount of talent is in AA, and it's better to see pitchers do better in AAA because you have those journeymen and those guys have better swing decisions and they're vets and guys rehabbing. So pitchers, it's better to see that in AAA because those guys are working up and down the minors and majors. They don't make those what do you call it? Those bad swing decisions like the younger
Yeah.
guys do. Sorry, I got stuck
Nah,
there, guys.
no. You're fine. I see William saying people saying Bellinger. Where does he fit? The free agent market is very interesting right now. It is February 9th, and I didn't really guarantee anything, but I was saying I was hoping that, I mean, there would be some news when it comes to guys like Blake Snell, Bellinger, guys like that. And Kevin, there's nothing. I haven't heard any rumors. I mean, to answer,
Yeah.
your question, Will, Bellinger, I mean, he'd play outfield, maybe a little bit of first base. But I think a trade would have to happen if you sign Bellinger, which I don't think
No,
the Yankees have been linked to him. Yeah.
I don't think the Yankees. I mean, I don't know where Bellinger's going to play. I don't think the Yankees do that unless they trade Spencer Jones because then you solve your center field issue. Because as much as we love Dominguez, he's fine for now, but eventually I think he's going to be a corner outfielder, as Dane likes to put it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see the Yankees going for. And right now, the Yankees really starting pitching is the number one way the Yankees should be leaning in free agency if they can get anything, if Snell falls in their lap like we've been saying. But
That's our biggest worry right now, starting pitching.
yeah, it
Still
shouldn't be
got
it
still
shouldn't
got
be Bellinger.
Snell. Yeah, you still got Snell out there. You still got Monty, and then the trade department. We kind of talked about Dylan Cease, but
Hold,
I mean,
hold,
Kevin,
hold on. Scott Wright. Shout out to Scott Wright. New morning show for Pete. All rice. Oh, Scott, good one, Scott. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm high on Rice, bro. I'm telling you, man. This kid, we're gonna see this year if it's real. But if he's raking in spring training, I say put him on right away. But
I mean, so what would the bench be? You kind of you need a catcher there. You need to have Austin Wells.
it's Austin Wells, Trevi,
So yeah, Austin Wells, but I'm saying the bench. It'd probably
Peraza.
be
Then
Wells.
I mean, depending on Peraza's spring training, man. I'm sorry, but I mean, get what I'm say. Unless they move him, you know.
I don't see them making any other trades. I think this is the team that we have right now. That's what I wanted to get into as well. This is gonna be our team. I don't think there's any more coming, Kevin. It's February 9th, pitching and catchers report in 5 days. And the Blake Snell rumors have been quiet. Everything has been pretty quiet when it comes to any Yankees news. Kind of just waiting to see what happens, unless like a injury we don't even know about is going down. Maybe the Yankees are making a late push for Snell, but I don't see that.
Yeah, Jonathan, I'm high on Rice. Yes. Okay, high on Rice. Yeah, man. Listen, Mario, we all said that I don't think the Yankees would have made another move, and they got Caleb, right? So kudos to that. But also I think the Yankees are just they taking a seat back, but they're seeing what the market is for Blake, for Block Ace Nail. And if that doesn't move anywhere, then I can definitely see the Yankees going ahead and staying with the team that they have. But people are saying, oh, well, the luxury tax. Remember, if the Yankees get Snell, two guys are getting moved. They're either moving Tommy Kahnle, they're moving Trent Grisham, they're moving some salary, so going ahead and staying with. But yeah, man, to your point, Mario, I think we got some voicemail, so let's get Pete if you have some voicemail.
Yeah, look at the voicemail.
What do you guys think of the recent Fangraphs poll that came out that said the Yankees are 93.5 and the Orioles are only going to win 88.5 games? How do you think they lost 13 games, but they got Corbin Burns? Is that really that important? See you guys in Tampa.
I wonder who was that. Sounds like
yeah. So you guys too. That was kind of like low volume. Nothing wrong with the call. I understood. But
Dale, you go.
Yeah, I mean that preseason stuff. It doesn't really mean anything. Like the power rankings. Again, I know people want to be like, why are we ranked here? Why are we ranked there? But you got to play all the games on the field first. That's my biggest thing. Again, you can't crown anybody champion because baseball is such a weird game. One team gets hot. Yeah, what Pete said. All the projections are ass.
All those projections are ass.
They have us winning 93.5, and then the Orioles get 88. I think it's gonna be like a 96 and a 95. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, I think the team that wins the division is definitely on or over 95 wins, 95, 96. But I mean, it's nice to watch projections. I don't hate them. I'm not, but I agree with P and I agree with you that. And I was one of the guys that said, listen, yeah, they got Corbin Burns, but they still got to play the games on the field, man. They still we got to see if those guys are going to come back and they're going to have a better year than they had last year. Some rookies go on that sophomore slump. We see it with a lot of guys, right? So there's a lot of footage now on those guys. They got to make adjustments early on. We're gonna have to see that. We're also gonna have to see if Grayson's gonna come back. We're also gonna have to see how he's gonna look. Their bullpen, they lost their closer. I get that they got Kimbrel, but let's be honest, he's not Felix. He's not Felix. So
he's not.
Yeah, and that's gonna be huge too. Closing games. I mean, Corbin could get you 7 or 6, but are you gonna be able to close that game with your bullpen? That's huge too, Mario.
And also how the Orioles are gonna play with expectations. We know the Yankees feel it from the fan base, from everybody, probably even from Hal Steinbrenner. We feel that, this team can be pretty good, and there's a bunch of ifs, but there's a bunch of ifs with a lot of other teams.
Everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the Yankees coming off, not a great season, not making it to the playoffs, 82 and 80. Now you get Juan Soto, and the chat's kind of 50-50. I see some people saying that maybe the Yankees aren't done, Kevin. Again, they would have to make a couple trades. I don't know. We could talk about the Morosi rumor. Morosi basically saying that he made a boat.
Hold on. Right before we get that, we got Carlos Vids with a super chat. Shout out to Carlos Vids.
What up?
¿Qué lo que de lo mío? You guys are my favorite show on the channel. Hey, ya tú sabes, estamos aquí activos.
Thank you, man.
Let me get you with a
Mario.
Nah, man, we appreciate it. There's a lot of great channels.
A lot of great shows here. Appreciate it, man. This shows and we're on a bunch too. Like we all share each other's platforms. You got game season, we're all gonna be on that.
I'm excited for game season, man.
The round table. You have the nights at the round table as well. Okay, you got the guys in the NYYST. Sorry, my bad. Designated spitters. We got Francis over there with the grandmas and Mr. P.C. Monetti, and then we just added Mr. Lasagna. Ya tú sabes. So
we got a stack squad.
Best team in the biz, baby.
No doubt about it. But I wanted to mention the John Morosi prediction, which was interesting, and I know he's been kind of 50-50 with the reporting. I mean, the reporting has been horrible this offseason, Kevin. We all know that. Like the deal is imminent, all that stuff with Juan Soto, like staying on for all those hours waiting, but it was worth it. But yeah, the Morosi said he made a bold prediction that the Marlins make a significant trade before opening day. Edward Cabrera, I saw it in the chat. He has 0 options. Maybe that affects, that the Yankees don't trade for him, but I mean, I don't know. He's more of a project than, the Yankees trading for Jesus Luzardo. Look at that, bro. Look at all that red.
He is, but then the Yankees have other guys that have options as well. I mean, I believe even Schmidt still has, right? I think he has one.
He may, yeah.
So there's Luke Weaver probably has a few as well. So yeah, they got guys, and
look at the ground ball percentage.
Yeah, man, this kid's nasty. And again, you have shout out to okay. Bernard Vavala gifted 20 NYYU memberships. Dale, hit that and join the Discord. Thank you, my guy. Thank you again. Shout out again to Bernard Vavala. I hope I said that right, and I'm not butchering your name. Sorry. But yeah, look, guys, look at the Savant, Mario. What you think? I mean, how do you feel? Would you love to have him? I would.
No, I would love to have him. Don't know exactly what the package is. I don't think that Luzardo gets moved. I know that they like him a lot, but Edward Cabrera would be the guy. I feel like if, the Yankees were going to make a trade with them, that's the guy they would get. I mean, that Savant looks phenomenal. And I know but the thing is with Matt Blake, I feel like he has a lot of things he's working on. Like, he's working on a lot of guys. There's a lot of pressure. I'm not saying on him because he's not pitching, but at the same time, it's like, we need Rodon to have a bounce back year, and we need Nestor and a couple guys in the bullpen.
We always give credit when credit is due, and Matt Blake deserves a ton of credit, but let's not act like he has guys. He has his team around him. So it's not like Matt Blake has to be hands-on on every single. Claro, if it's the starting rotation, he will be. But we see how it's going in the minors, and we know that this is something throughout the organization, which is looking phenomenal lately. So when it comes to pitching prospects and how the Yankees are developing pitching, so shout out to kudos to the farm system on that. And Mario, having a guy like Cabrera who's going to eat innings, his stuff moves. He has nasty stuff with movement, which is always a plus working with Matt Blake. And I think he's just honing in the control. That's the issue with him. Some guys have issues with that, and man, when they get that control in check, bro, it's a problem. And it would be a beautiful problem for the AL East to have if he's on the Yankees.
Nah, if they figure that out, I'm not saying he's going to be Corbin Burns, but that'd be a nice move. Make us feel a little bit better about our rotation. Like we said, pitchers and catchers report in 5 days, but maybe the Yankees surprise us with a move, Kevin. You never know.
You think?
I mean, it'd have to be a trade, I would think. I don't think Blake Snell's coming here right now. February 9th, I mean, I don't know what Scott Boras is doing, honestly. You think there's a point where Blake Snell's like, bro, I just want to pitch. Like, let's get this done.
Yeah, man. I don't know what he's feeding to them, bro. At this point, it's like, dude, there's 5 days from pitchers and catchers, and Monty, Cody, and Blake Snell haven't signed.
And Matt Blake.
That's insane.
Matt Blake, Matt Chapman.
Chapman too. Block A Snail, Matt Chapman. All those guys haven't signed, Mario.
It's wild.
It's crazy, bro. It's gonna be a frenzy, I think, 2 days or a day before the pitchers and catchers.
Williams says Boras might be waiting until May. Maybe he doesn't like the price. Maybe he's waiting for an injury to happen to another team.
And as players, I don't know how you just sit there, bro, and you're fighting over. Because think about it this way. I mean, let's not act like that deal that the Yankees offered Snell was a bad deal. He didn't get anything else. You know, Matt Chapman has a prospect attached to because of qualifying offer. So it's like, dude, you got to get your wins when you can. You can't just sit there and expect like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get paid. I mean, look at your age. Look at your history as well. Snell, as much as I love him, when he's had 2 Cy Young seasons, he's pitched 180 innings pitched. Everything else after that, 130, Mario.
I mean, my thing with Blake Snell is the deal was fine, but I feel like the reporters are kind of like missing something. I mean, look at that Savant, man. And I get the inning stuff, but the Yankees always take their stars out after 5 innings.
Stop it.
I don't want to say always because that'd be kind of unfair, but
stop it.
No, you know what I mean. You know how the Yankees, the bullpen budget and stuff Cole's like the only guy that gets like some leeway where if he wants to be out there, he's gonna be out there. But the rest, and we know Rodon's probably not gonna be going deep in the games necessarily the same way. They're really gonna take care of those starters, and that bullpen's gonna be taxed.
Imagine Blake Snell.
It's gonna be another year.
Blake Snell shoving through 5, and the Yankees pulling. Boone walking out to pull him for Nick Ramirez, and Pete's like,
Please, no.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
But yeah, man, let's get to another voicemail.
Yeah, I think we have one more, and then we'll talk about Dominguez a little bit.
Yo, que lo que, wah. Yo, you know
Okay.
it's your boy Ra. Was good. Bronx and Nothing podcast in effect. I'm going to tell you something about this Spencer Jones thing. It smells like Clint Frazier all over again. Remember when Clint Frazier was traded over here to the Yankees, and there was literally no place to play him, considering that they already had Brett Gardner and that they just obviously signed, they just traded for Giancarlo Stanton. So same situation. You look at where Spencer Jones is at right now. There's no place to play him. If he's killing the ball in AAA, who are they playing over him? They're not playing anybody. They're not playing him over Verdugo. They're not playing Spencer Jones over Grisham because he's an experienced Gold Glove outfielder. So I'm telling you, man, I don't see it happening with Spencer Jones this year, man. Especially if Dominguez is playing well. So they should have traded him. You should have traded him, man. I mean, at the end of the day, the Yankees' biggest power, their superpower is money. You trade him a couple years from now. If Spencer Jones is killing it at whoever in Milwaukee and he's a free agent, you go sign him, man. So I don't understand why the Yankees don't go ahead and make these types of moves. It's extremely frustrating because you have to go for it. The Yankees haven't went for it. That's why the off season feels incomplete. But you know how it is, man. It's your boy. I'm out. Mama.
Ra with a fire voicemail. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to compare him to Jackson Frazier, Clint Frazier, but
it's Clint now again.
I feel like we're going to be kicking ourselves. I'll be kicking myself if Dylan Cease's pitching a while and then, I don't know, a team that knocks us out in the postseason gets Dylan Cease and he shoves against us. I'll be kicking myself.
What have the Yankees won on keeping their prospects, Mario? Let's be honest. Soto was the biggest trade, right?
Yep.
I mean, Gallo was supposed to be big, but it wasn't. So, I mean, it didn't pan out. Bellinger, we know. I'm not Bellinger. Sorry. Andrew Benintendi. My fault.
Okay.
Andrew Benintendi. We saw what happened there. So, listen. Throughout these last years, what have the Yankees gained by keeping their guys? Besides, they got Gleyber Torres from the Cubs, right? And now you look at it. What Volpe? This is what you can show for Sevy.
And some people think Sevy's the way it's been with Sevy. It's kind of been a bit. No, I mean, listen,
the extension, and this is why the Yankees sometimes are hesitant to hand out extensions because as much as people hate Sevy, I'm sorry, Sevy looked like a fucking ace when he came up. He had fucking 98, 100 miles per hour fastball with movement. Sevy looked disgusting. And he had 2 very good years. I mean, come on, let's be honest. So
yeah, that slider was electric with that fastball. But that third pitch was a big thing for him.
Yeah, and the Yankees handed out an extension. Then he got hurt. It happens in baseball. Motherfuckers get hurt. People they get hurt. It happens, you know. So, but my point is, by holding on to your prospects, did the Yankees win a chip? Did the Yankees get Aaron Judge? Okay, but. It's a big one. I know nobody has mentioned it, but it just came to mind, of course. But I mean, I don't think nobody ever asked for Aaron Judge during that time frame, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I think at one point Machado, we heard about Andujar and who was it? Floria for Machado.
Yeah, I mean, the Machado thing. You know, I'm a big Machado guy. But speaking about extensions, I mean, listen, it's going to be different obviously next year because Spencer Jones. I don't think the Yankees have any plans. If he's playing in September, I feel like a lot went wrong this year, Kevin. Like a lot of guys went down. If he's playing with the Yankees in September, he probably had to hit like 450 or 400, some crazy number for him to be up at that time, which is something that we don't really want. I think it's more next year, Kevin, where Spencer Jones, if he's ready to go, listen, best case scenario, he does amazing. In Double A and Triple A, they re-signed Soto, and maybe they're able to move him for a lot. Like he's a top prospect in baseball, like a top 5.
Look,
and then teams really want him.
Look at Pete. They didn't want to trade Eduardo fucking Nunez for Cliff Lee.
They wouldn't trade Frazier and Chance Adams for Garrett Cole. And we're not comparing those guys either. We're not comparing those guys either. So the Yankee system is very different. It's 7 years later. I mean, 2017.
No, I get it, but still, bro.
Different.
I mean, they literally kept Clint Frazier because he had the fastest bat speed in the minors. How good it is that you can swing the bat the fastest, but you can't hit.
Red Thunder.
Bro, what the fuck are we doing? No, Mario. It's hilarious to me. And this is what I mean. What has it gone the Yankees by keeping the prospects? Do something different. This is why I'm saying, I mean, gladly we traded for Soto. And this is why I'm saying, fuck it, trade for Cease. I don't think Corbin Burns should have left either. I think the Yankees should have countered and take away Arias from the deal, keep Spencer Jones, keep Lalane, give him something else. But I think the Yankees just laughed and were like, fuck it. And they didn't expect that. Because, yes, we lost out on him, but he also went to a division rival. So,
listen, if Corbin Burns is carving us up and Dylan Cease, if Dylan Cease goes elsewhere, we know the White Sox aren't going to be doing anything. If those two guys are carving us up in October, I'm going to be kicking myself, Kevin.
Well, also to counter that, remember the guys were talking about how he pitched against the Yankees. And that lineup, it was Aaron Hicks, IKF,
not Hicks. It was like Cabrera,
Road Vet, and Peraza. I'm in that lineup that Corbin carved up. Lineup. It's a way different lineup now. That's what I'm saying too. Like,
yeah, I mean, listen,
we'll see. We'll see. A little emotion. Sorry, it's a little emotions. I mean, because it's like we're revisiting a little bit, and there's again the fan base is split when some guys really want to keep Jones and the other want to trade him. I get that you don't want to overpay just because you're the Yankees, but counter. Stop. I mean, it's known that Cashman is difficult to work with. I mean, we see how he's been throughout the years. He's been here for 25 years. He feels like he can't get fired. There's an arrogance. There's an aura that he believes he's in. He thinks he's the next thing closest to I don't know what, but you haven't won dick in 15 years.
We're working on 15 years right now, Kev.
It's insane, bro.
Wild.
Legendary bat speed. Fuck out of here.
I think we got one. I think we got one more voicemail talk about Dominguez, and then we'll wrap it up. Yep.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam from Jersey, and
this
one's quick.
Yo, Sam.
I think we got one more move in us. I think we need Cease or some starting pitcher. I don't think we're gonna get Snell. I don't think we're gonna go and spend that much on another pitcher. But what do you guys think about those two guys? And one more thing. Mario, I know Kevin likes to press that button all the time, so I got something for Kevin right here.
Kelvin, mi amor, mi chulo, mira qué linda me puse para ti.
Yo, I need that.
Right, you guys
dude, Sam, send me that. I'm getting a sound.
Oh, that's hilarious, bro. I'll add it to the soundboard, Mario. You gotta tell me that I got it, bro.
That made my week. That literally made my week. Sam, thank you so much, bro.
Oh, man, I haven't heard that one. That's funny, bro. That's a good one.
Yeah, I need that. I need that. I even forgot what he said. Oh my god.
So he mentioned Blake Snell.
One more move. Yeah, one more move.
Great voicemail, but yeah, go ahead, Mary. Answer that because it was.
I think. Listen, thank you so much again, man. Send me that. I need that.
Don't send it.
But going off, yeah, he said I got you. Going off what you were saying about one more move. I just think it's just to make us feel better as well. We do need one more move. I think it's inevitable that the Yankees are gonna make a trade at the deadline. Maybe Bieber's not worth much. They trade Bieber for, a couple months. He's worth a little bit less, but I mean, I don't see it right now with the Yankees. I just think it's getting too late, and they're comfortable with that team. They're comfortable with the team that they have right now, and it's not a bad team. Offensively, I don't really have too much to say because they weren't gonna move Rizzo, DJ, and Stanton in one offseason. It was never gonna happen. I said that off rip. I said maybe one would be possible, and I still think Rizzo has something left in him. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. We're 5 days away. Are the Yankees the last second team? Are they gonna pull, a trade that shock all of us and be like, listen, this is the best team we could possibly put together, and here you go, here we go. We're going for a World Series, but I don't know.
And I see the chat here. I'm gonna shout out 2 comments that are really good. And before we do that, though, Smacky the likey, Hitty the subby. We got more than 150 plus in here. Smack that like for everybody on Twitter. Shout out to the guys on Twitter. If you guys are just joining, we do this on YouTube. We're gonna start doing it on Twitter as well. You can ask questions on Twitter. I'll go ahead and look at that as well if I can and answer those as well. But yeah, I want to shout out Bronx Bombers, who said I would have traded Jones for Burns or Cease in a heartbeat, but it didn't happen and it's not happening. So now let's hope for Spencer Jones to be as good as we're hearing it to be. And yeah, we're all hoping it as Yankee fans. We just don't like the comparisons to Judge, the comparisons to this and that. Let the kid be Spencer Jones. If he ends up being a 30-30 guy, I mean, it's gonna all be worth it, and we're all gonna be like, shout out to the front office for
we're not saying he's going to be an absolute bust.
Yeah.
I just want to chill with the comparisons, and he is tradable for the right deal. That's the biggest thing. You could trade him. He's not Aaron Judge. He's Spencer Jones. And maybe he could be better. Who knows? Nobody knows, honestly. So, quién sabe, yeah. Only Dios, pero.
Ya tú sabes, only Dios, pero we got a Crackle Nuts super chat. You want to get that, Mario?
Let me scroll up to it.
Crackle Nuts. Shout out to the Knicks with the profile pick. Okay, the Knicks.
With Jalen Brunson, okay. Burns trades makes sense because you offer Snell and Yama a deal. I know Burns wouldn't sign an extension. Yeah, he definitely wants to test free agency. I was reading about that. But then make sure you keep him after next season, just like Soto. The Yankees have the money. Love the show. Appreciate you, Crackle Nuts, my guy. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, I just think Snell, he's going to stick on that. He wants more than 6 years. Is he going to wait till maybe March?
That'll be absurd. That'll be the first time I've ever seen that. I mean, yeah, and then what? You're working by yourself without your team, without your pitching coach, without anything, and then you're going to sign a week before the season starts, and then how are you going to look on opening day? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like, what are we doing?
You want to be sharp. You want to be sharp.
Yeah, what are you doing? You trying to win? What you trying to do? You trying just to get paid? If you're trying to just get paid and hold out, yeah, wait for an injury. Go ahead. But you're probably going to get it from a team that maybe it's not competing or whatever the case. And if you're fine with it, fuck it. I mean, I would assume that this guy wants to win at this point. He has 2 fucking Cy Youngs. What more do you want? You know what I'm saying?
He won the Cy Young, Kevin. He's still not signed.
Yeah, it's insane. But I mean, again, it's the age, it's the market. I mean, people don't want to hand out 10-year contracts anymore, 8-year contracts to 32-year-olds. It is what it is. You got to adapt as well. Take something with an opt out or something. You know what I'm saying? So let's not say that you can take a deal with 2 years and then have an opt out like Verlander and then get paid again. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard for me to believe that this guy. I don't know what Boris is feeding into his. Maybe Boris shared his secret sauce with the Braves when it comes to having guys extend and stay with him. But yeah, man, agreed 100%. And I also want to shout out to the chat today. What do you guys think? We haven't done it this episode, but ones at this point we're 5 days away from pitchers and catchers. Ones, if you think the Yankees do get Snell. 2, if you don't.
If you think the Yankees make another significant move, how about that?
Okay, we'll do that.
One's another significant move. 2, they don't do anything. That's it. We can hit on
Medina doesn't wait. Medina que pa'l carajo no van a hacer nada esos cabrones.
Some ones, okay, some 2. It's a little bit optimistic. Yankee season's coming along, Kevin. We're almost there. Pitchers and catchers reporting, but let's talk a little bit of
one.
Okay. Optimistic Pete. Okay. A little optimistic Pete. Okay. Let's talk Jason Dominguez real quick, Kevin. Before we wrap up the show.
Why did Stelio did 3? Why Steals?
You say he's hungry, bro. Guy's hungry.
Smacking the likey. Dominguez. Martian.
Yep. Apparently he's starting a throwing program, and now what is like 10 days? 10 to 13 days now, Kevin. Yep. I told you, if the Yankees, maybe didn't make a trade for Soto, maybe I think they'd rush him back a little bit. He's a young man, but I think he could be back by June, honestly. If the Yankees really needed it, I think he could be back by June. What do you feel about that? You think the Yankees? I mean, I know the Yankees aren't going to rush him back, but I mean, I think July is pretty far. If he's starting a throwing program, he's probably going to start hitting when? April?
No, I mean he might be hitting. I mean he's probably going to be hitting like dry swings.
Yep.
I think Dane said he was dry swinging like weeks ago. So, yeah, man. To your point, that is really really good news, and we talked about it before. Guys heal differently, right? I mean Bryce Harper came back quicker too, so I can definitely see him DHing by the end of May or early June. And again, especially if Giancarlo's still struggling and Giancarlo's injured. You know what I'm saying? So that is a great sign for the Martian. I mean, a lot of us we thought it was July right away.
He's already taken dry swings. That's very
I
encouraging.
told you. I mean, yeah, Dane's on it. Shout out to Dane. And guys, if you guys don't know about Yankees Farm, Dane and Carlos do a great job over there with
Check
the
it out, yeah.
prospects.
It's phenomenal.
But yeah, man, and we're gonna be in spring training. Shout out to everybody who's gonna meet us out there again. We're literally, well, less than a month now because it's the 9th. We're getting there the 7th. So, yeah, man. So I'm excited. That is great news. I know the only bad news that I've heard this entire offseason was Efros had a little setback. Besides that, everybody is ahead of schedule or on schedule. And Dominguez looks like she's ahead of schedule.
Nah, I mean nothing but good news. Not much news right now, Kevin. Obviously the Efros stuff you just mentioned, but no, looking forward just to the guys reporting already, man. You know, we've done a lot of off-season talk. I'm just ready to see the guys. You know, just to see a bullpen, see Rodon throw his first bullpen. That's the biggest thing. I got faith in Garrett Cole. Schmidt, another season. I think he's gonna take a big step forward. I'm not saying a 3.60 already, maybe like a 3.7, 3.8. I said his ceiling would be a 3.6, but we'll see. And we'll end it with the super chat from Connor O'Neill. You want me to get that?
You want me to get it?
No, you got it. Yeah.
Connor O'Neill won, which means we're getting a news. We're getting a significant move. And we're celebrating with steaks in Tampa. Okay, steaks in Tampa. All right,
Appreciate that,
some
Connor.
some Gators steaks. No, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No Gator steaks, but the next time we're back, pitchers and catchers will already be there. I think the Yankees workouts around the 20th, so we'll have a show before then. I believe next Saturday, but just excited, man. I want to get the season,
guys.
I want to get the season started.
I don't know. We'll try and squeeze in a Bronx or nothing. Maybe with some Johnny Lasagna or Pizza and Manetti. I don't know. I'll be on vacation. I'll be in Miami. Okay. I'm going out there next week, but I'll be back for the week after, right before we head out to Tampa. So, yeah, man. Shout out to the chat as always.
We got one more voicemail.
We got one more. But before that, smack it a likey.
One more.
Hitty the subby, guys. If you're new here, if you're on Twitter watching, we're going to spring training. Me, Mario, Francis, Pete Simonetti. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna give you a lot of behind the scenes coverage, a lot of footage, and it's gonna be a fun. And we're gonna be live.
Don't leave yet, guys. One more voicemail. One more. Dale.
Hey, it's Levi. What's up, Mario and Kev? Listen, about what I said about Soto, extending him is the number one priority, 100%. I am excited for George Lombard. I don't know if you touched on him earlier, but hope to see you guys at spring training. All the love. Peace, guys.
Nice. That's what's up.
Shout out my guy Levi. Yeah, youth prospects. I think posted a video about him. I think he's a little bit of a little guy. He's not huge like Gunner. I don't want to compare everybody to Gunner, but I mean he looks pretty good. I know it's only video, it wasn't like live pitching, but he's looking solid, man. I'm excited. The Yankees prospects are good. I think it's really changed the way they're viewed around the league, especially the way Jason came up. But I'm excited to see them.
Yeah, we have I'll tell you what. We have him ranked on our top 30. He's not even on our top 30. Sorry. I'm scrolling through it. My fault with the silence. But yeah, I know the MLB Network has him ranked, I believe, 9th on the Yankees top 10 list when it comes to prospects. Again, there's going to be a spring series showdown where the lower prospects from high A, single A, low A, high A, and double A will be the Yankees are playing the Blue Jays on the 16th, which is all going to be just prospects. It's a game prospects against prospects. So shout out to that and look out for that. And if you guys are waiting to see some guys go with that, you can.
Dane, that is why you're the prospect guy. He's 6'3". He looks a little in the video, but if he's 6'3", Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. DJ Steele with a super chat. Miami, huh? Damn, NYU paying you guys good, huh?
Man, I'm going through Spirit, bro. Stop it, okay? I'm going in the Airbus.
Yeah. Oh, yo, Connor said before we head out, hit the Mario one time.
What hit the what was that, Mario?
Hit the
Mario.
Thank you guys so much, man. Another episode down. Appreciate you guys.
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Johnny Lasagna.
Y'all lo sabe.
All right, well,
you guys gotta be there. Yep, you guys gotta be there.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody. Smack that like if you haven't. Sub up. We'll see you on the next time.
Yeah, Kev's not getting to Miami. Peace.
It's heavy. Famous love. Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck. Self-respect. When you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me. They don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round and round like a merry-go. Stand for truth or fall for any old scenario. That's why I keep my circle smaller than a Cheerio. Cause it's the company you keep. Stay woke. Please don't get caught sleep. End up sowing what you reap. Know your worth and don't sell cheap. The ghost is inside of me. Can't take it out of me. No matter where I've been. It's about where I'm meant to be. I be shining.